spread with the chocolate,
Oh, he has another
like
one.
with a little bit of chocolate in it.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly hazelnut.
Sweet. That's good to know. I love hazelnuts. I love me some Nutella. I haven't eaten Nutella in like 8 years, and we were at the grocery store yesterday, and I look at my fiance like a child in a candy store, and I'm about to pull a fit, you know. I'm like, it's just like, oh, I look up at her and like those big brown puppy eyes.
This Void
She's
Ray
like,
just popped in
okay,
Overlord. That's pretty cool.
you can buy some Nutella. Yeah, he just pretty much owned.
Blizzopticon actually responding pretty Blizzoptimally with 3 queens. He's actually doing quite a good job against this. 3 queens versus one Void Ray. Of course, the queens do win, but the Void Rays are going to offer him a decent amount of map control, which is going to allow GiGGleZ to expand.
Yeah, I, I, I understand why Hydras are a good response to air units because they're great for. Ooh, Zeltson lagging a little bit. Zeltson.
I never lagged.
That was
This
weird.
is the first time
Yeah.
I've ever lagged in an ASCW.
Yeah, you've never ever lagged in an ASC Weekly game before. But anyway, my point is, whenever I see Hydras, I don't know, I feel like they're constantly just chasing those air units around, whereas a few Mutalisks, or even, yeah, just a few Mutalisks could kind of just shut down these Void Rays.
Yeah, definitely. Mutalisks are very strong against Void Rays, and then of course with Mutalisks you can pull them around and harass with them
Yeah.
in response.
So
However,
why is
Hydras
Hydra so good?
Hydras are incredibly good versus Void Rays because you can kill Void Rays and then kill all of the.
Everything
Hydras
else?
are really good against gateway units.
Mm.
The only real problem you have with Hydras is Colossi, and if he's going Stargate, he's delaying his Colossi by quite a bit.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I understand the logic there. Obviously, they're good against everything. I mean, the problem is you just have to have such good control with those Hydras. You have to have amazing creep spread, and I think if you don't have those two factors, it's a better better bet maybe to just go Mutalisks.
You need Zerglings because that way the Zerglings can kind of wrap around the opponent's army. And the big thing with Stalkers that gives them an advantage is their faster movement speed, which allows them to get a concave. Because the faster units allows, if they're faster, that means they wrap around, and the opponents don't, because obviously they move faster, so they can get into the good positions more quickly. But if you have Speedlings, even if you sacrifice all your Speedlings, just get one line of Speedlings to wrap around his army to allow your Hydras and Roaches enough time to get a really nice arc, a really nice concave. Then you'll be in a really good position, and you can nullify the speed disadvantage. Unless, of course, your whole army starts dying and needed to retreat, because then you're just screwed because you're slow.
I do like that he's not making any more Void Rays, just 2 for map control. He's got like 3 or 4 Overlord kills at this point all over the map, bullying all those Overlords off, and ooh, he has to be careful. These Hydras are coming out, and he does, have pretty good creep spreading out now. He's gooping up the map quite well. So these...
splitting up his Hydras to surround.
Ooh, very
really,
nice.
Really
very nice play here by Blizzopticon.
He does save the Queen!
Oh, one Void Ray goes down, both Void Rays go down. Amazing play there by Blizzopticon. Wow,
that was really nice positioning. That was much better positioning than the first game when he died horribly.
Wow, that was quite intense, to be honest. That was beautiful play by Blizzopticon. Kind of just nullified everything I said before about not having all the factors you need to, Anyway, point is, he has this third base up. It is safe. The Queen survived. But GiGGleZ also smartly did not get any more Void Rays. Got a lot of Overlord kills. And so those 2 Void Rays kind of paid for themselves. He if anything, he forced Blizzopticon into a certain tech path.
That's true,
so
but
that
he's
could
not
be a good thing.
handling it well.
He's not following it up well, yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna I love doing this if on for instance, if I spawn in close air positions against a Zerg on Metalopolis, I'll do a 4 Phoenix opening, and if I don't force Hydras immediately, I'll keep going Phoenixes while I expand until I do force Hydras, and I have a Robo and usually a Robo Bay ready, and I immediately start pummeling Colossi and I do a Colossus timing a push, and it rapes the shit out of Zergs who aren't prepared for that. Because they just get, like, they do what Blizzopticon is doing. They get a lot of Hydras to deal with it, and then use their extra minerals on Zerglings, and then I send, a Colossus and win.
It looks like Blizzopticon is out macroing his opponent somewhat. We have, well, not too bad. We have 145 to 132. This is a shit ton of Hydras. They're gonna like one-shot pretty much friggin' anything at this point. That is, I don't think I've ever seen that many Hydras in an ASC Weekly game, or any game for that matter. This is so many. Pretty much just going pure Hydras and with a few Zerglings mixed in there.
That's really interesting.
Really
this
need
is
some
an
roaches to.
I call this an Idra build because it's like, screw unit composition.
Here
I
we
have
go.
macro.
Yeah. I hate how Hydras sound.
Force field!
Oh,
Nice force
wow,
field.
nice force field.
Nice force field. If you're not prepared to commit to an attack, do not A-move with Hydras.
Look at that.
If you attack with Hydras, you had better be ready to fucking commit.
That really nullified that attack right there. Basically cutting that army in half. But Blizzopticon's macro is quite good. A lot of Zerglings now. So we're gonna see what happens. Getting a nice arc.
That's what you need. And now those Hydras are starting to get in there, but the Colossus is out. But the Hydras can get a nice hit on it. But he is microing it back. Very nice micro from the Colossus. But there's a huge arc from the Hydras, killing off all the Zealots. All the front lines are dead. Now he's going in and killing off all the Stalkers one by one. They're all falling. Most of them are red and yellow. And all the Hydras are about to die because of that Colossus. It has like 9 kills. By 9, I mean 7.
Wow, that was pretty in GiGGleZ's favor, even though all of his Zealots were stuck in like just basically this little kind of fenced-in area of stalkers, a stalker fence. It was like a little dog park for those Zealots, so they that could have gone even a lot better for GiGGleZ if he had made sure to keep those Zealots out front to absorb a lot of that damage and get in the Hydralisk's face.
Blizzopticon needs to take a 4th. I'm getting sick of saying that Blizzopticon needs to take a 4th base.
I think he needs to commit to some roaches as well to basically just kind of be able to absorb some of the damage. These Hydras go down so fast, especially those Colossi. I mean, on 3 base now he can. On 3 base he can probably afford High Templars at this point as well.
He can't afford both High Templar and Colossi. Blizzopticon is at Hype Tech though, so I don't know, man. It's really gonna depend. It looks like Blizzopticon is opting for he's Blizz opting to go. Oh, I'm blanking on the name. I keep thinking Guardians, Broodlords. There you go.
Yeah, I think of Guardians all the time too, actually.
I'm like, he's Blizz opting for Guardians. That's not this game.
That is the predecessor to this game.
Predecessor.
Rather.
Yes.
A lot of Corruptors out on the map now. About 8, I do believe. Yeah, 8 Corruptors. That is gonna do handily against these Colossi.
Why, he could make roughly 8 Broodlords, I'd say.
He does have a ton of minerals in the bank. Now double expanding. Wow, Blizzopticon.
There you go.
He's
See,
like a little mini ret of the AC Weekly.
If you just take a timely 4th, then you don't need to double expand, because you can have had your 4th up already, and be just taking your 5th. He does really need to make sure that Protoss doesn't take a 4th though. The main is mined out, and you need to be on 3 running bases, 3 mining bases, in order to support 2 tier 3 techs such as Colossi and High Templar. And he is not going High Templar, which is a little bit disappointing. But honestly, I think what he needs to do is he does have good scouting information. He does. He knows what's coming. He sees the Corruptors, and he has a Stargate. He needs to start making Void Ray Stalker Colossus is extremely strong against this composition. And now it looks like Blizzopticon is going in a sub-Blizz optimal location where he might just die. Nope, he did pull back because he does have quite a Blizz optimal creep spread, and that is pretty awesome because you don't see very good creep spreads from Platinum players very often.
This is amazing creep spread. Actually, he's gooped up this right lane, starting to goop up this left lane. Does have some idle queens here. They're at full energy, and they have been for like 10 minutes now. Definitely could have a lot more larva on the map, and therefore be able to reinforce a lot quicker. He has a maxed out army, but Zerg's all about, if you can have all those stocked up larvae, just like more producing structures for Terran and Protoss. You need a way to spend all these minerals. He's at 3k, 2k. If he had double the larva right now, even if he lost his whole army, which obviously he wants to avoid to do, he'd be able to reinforce it and replenish it so quickly. And I love to see that, like guys from Ret, macro masters that just they can keep him maxed. They can go into a full-on fight and come out with 200, 200, even if they
so
lose.
he can go ahead and reproduce about 60 food worth of army. Ultralisk Cavern, sweet. We're gonna see Broodlord, Ultralisk. I really would like to see some Infestors though. I would love to see some Infestors. In fact, I would love to see some Infestor drops. I want him to load up Infestors so that he drops the Infestors behind and the Neuroparasites the shit out of those Colossi. I want to see those Colossi raping the crap out of Stalkers. That's what I want to see.
That would be hella fun, definitely. I don't know if we're gonna see. I'm pretty sure I said this at the beginning of this game. This is one hell of a gigantic macro battle here, and here we go. We're gonna have a big fight. Nice force fields pushing a lot of those Hydralisks back. Roach is now taking a lot of the damage finally, but it looks like this gigantic Protoss ball is just basically gonna walk through this Zerg army. We do have, I believe, no, Zergs actually have better upgrades. All Colossus will go down.
He did take down all the Colossi, and this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. If you sacrifice all your army and your Corruptors to kill those Colossi, when you remax, you can take this army, no problem. Look how tiny GiGGleZ's army is now. As soon as he's remaxed, and he's doing it on Hydras, 25 Hydras on the way, as soon as all these Hydras are down here and down at this army is going to be completely toast. And then GiGGleZ can just counterattack and win the game. And there they are, the Hydras are down there, killing all this shit. And nice concave, a nice flank from Blizzopticon, putting GiGGleZ in a really awkward situation, but the GiGGleZ does have blink, and he is using it quite effectively. He needs to continue retreating GiGGleZ. You don't want to lose those Stalkers. If you do lose those Stalkers, you'll probably lose the game.
I love when you go into that casting voice. Wow, Blizzopticon really